All right, let me get my pooter fired up here so I can see the rest of the chat. And yes, all right, we are off to the races now. Got it finally working correctly. So, oh, dog. Yes, hello. Hello. Yes, it's okay. Okay, get down. Get down. Jeez. Hey, Johnny Hag, how you doing? Miss Lily's awful excited this morning. I don't know why she's so excited. She was sitting here quietly behaving herself a minute ago, and now all of a sudden she's just up in my face. So, busy getting all my stuff sold. I hear you, man. I've been there, done that. Got just about everything done. I actually have people come in, not tomorrow, the next day. They're coming here to grab the last of the stuff out of my cabin and sell it. So, my shotgun will go, and some of the kitchen stuff, and shelving and all that stuff that'll be left here, their table, all that stuff's gonna go. So got your attitude straightened out. Yeah, sorry about that, but for some reason my phone locked in the wrong angle, and so I had to make a quick adjustment to get that lined up correctly. But yeah, we're going now. So hey Austin, hey Kim, how you doing? Morning, whole shot, how are you? Jared, hey Frederick, nice to see you. Martin already went through 2 40-foot containers. Wow, Martin, you've got too much stuff, dude. You know, when my father died, we had a house in Sands Point in New York, and we had horse stables. And then there were 7 horse stables. And then there was storage up above them. Man, going through and sorting and packing all their stuff when they moved to Ohio was just ridiculous. How much junk they had accumulated and I've accumulated, and man, it was kind of refreshing and therapeutic to purge all that stuff and get rid of it. Man, it just made a big difference in my life. So I understand what you're going through, Martin. Hey, Iceland in Cosmos, I guess. This land is land in Cosmos. Okay. Hey, Captain Jack. Still have 4 to go. Oh, my God. Martin, you definitely have too much stuff, man. You know, there used to be the old saying, he who has the most toys when he dies wins. I don't subscribe to that theory anymore. So, what's your problem, dog? What's your problem? Go lay down. I'm doing a live stream here. I'm live streaming here. Don't give me that look. Weird dog. Cabin doesn't look too packed. You're going to be at it until the bitter end. No, Jefferson, actually, well, I guess it still looks just about as cluttered as what it did, but everything's now in a new position. A lot of stuff has been packed and reduced down. I'm actually been shoveling snow all day, and so now we're going to be loading the truck. As soon as this live stream is over, actually, I'm going to start loading the truck. So, actually, hold on. I'm going to take you guys on a field trip. Hold on a second. Just so you guys can see what I've been dealing with, besides the goofy dog. I've been up since the wee hours this morning because we got 8 or 9, maybe 9 inches of snow last night. So, and I don't have a snowblower anymore. So I'm getting out of here just in the nick of time. So I was out here shoveling all this snow this morning. Had to shovel me a path to the outhouse and shovel around the truck and a path over to the dumpster. So, got all that done. Got the truck cleaned out. Now it's a matter of moving stuff into the truck and getting that loaded, and that's going to happen today. But I still have a few appointments and stuff tomorrow. People coming, like the auction guys coming, and there was some folks here in the neighborhood who lost their house in a fire. So they're coming over to get a bunch of my kitchen pots and pans and that kind of stuff. I'm going to donate them a whole bunch of stuff, so hopefully that'll help them out considerably. Hey, Austin. Chief has been. Shelves behind you were still looking pretty full, Grandpa. Yeah, those are my clothes. Those are actually going to be the last thing. Well, this stuff is office junk. It's still got to get into a box and get packed. The other shelves over there are closed. I've got a hitch. See, there's my hitch on the floor. I've got a hitch rack's going to go on the back. Lily, get down. I've got a hitch rack's going to go on the back, and then I've got a big tote's going to sit on that, and then all the clothes are going to get packed into that. So, what is your problem? Geez, she's like really needy all of a sudden. Okay, final packing, kerosene and a match. There you go. That could be an idea, huh? Just go ahead and burn it all. Throw gasoline on the floor of the cabin here, toss a match, and step out. So, oh, I'll be fine, Captain Jack. I'm living up here in Alaska. You learn to drive through snow, so I won't have a problem. And it's only fitting. When I drove up here, when we bought the property, we drove up here from Montana. We drove up in December. In fact, when we got to the property, there was 3 times this much snow here on the property when we arrived the first time. So I'm accustomed to driving in the snow, but I'm looking forward. I'm really looking forward to not having to drive in the snow ever again. So getting snow tomorrow here in Minnesota, plus 40-mile-an-hour winds. Wow, that's not good. I like when the snow just sets. I don't like when it blows around. Yeah, I understand, Maui. It is cold. Actually, it isn't too bad. 29 degrees outside right now. Let me shut my heater off. Using my electric heater today. My wood pile is buried underneath this snow, and I just was going to dig a trench over to it so I could get firewood. I just said, screw it, I'll just use electric today, because hopefully this will be the end of it. So, you can have the snowman. The only good thing about Southern Cal is the weather. There you go. DJ's Walker, why do you say feed instead of fed in your intro? I have no idea. Why do you say feed instead of fed in your intro? I have no idea. I just put it up quickly because I was having problems with it. So sorry if that bothers you. You think all this stuff will have room in the excursion? No, Frederick. I'm having to make some hard decisions, actually. There will be some things that I would like that are not going to be going, but all the important stuff will go. So, and in fact, Miss Lily's dog crate is not going to go. Which is problematic because that's her home. That's her safe spot. She loves her dog crate. But there's not going to be any room for it on a boat, and she doesn't need it while we're traveling in the truck. And I don't think she's going to be doing too much flying in airplanes. So the dog crate will probably stay, and they can just auction that off. So, hey, Smeggy. 3 times that much snow when you arrived and you stayed. The things you'll do for your children. Yeah, that's right, Jefferson. That's right. Hey, Keith. I'm doing great today, man. I'm doing great. As soon as this live stream gets over with, then I'm going to start loading. Well, I'll probably have breakfast first. I'm kind of hungry. I've been out shoveling snow all morning for the last 3 hours I was out. Well, no, not 3 hours. For about an hour I was outside shoveling snow and stuff. Then I came in and got on the computer and did some work and stuff. And oh man, I'm so bummed. I normally keep a file on my computer, an Excel spreadsheet that I use sort of as a calendar and diary, and do my accounting and all that stuff, keep all my passwords on it and stuff. Somehow last night my computer ate that file. It's just gone. I can't seem to find it. It's just gone. But that just gave me a clean indication that I guess, it's time to move on. Time to put the old behind me and start looking to the new. And so it was a habit that I've been doing for 10 or 15 years, getting on there and, this is what I did today, or this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. And time to get away from all that. Do something new. So, yeah, Keith, she's going to be a little lost without her dog crate. She'll get over it. She'll get over it. She'll be fine. Actually, she'll prefer it because where I sleep here in the cabin, my bed's up pretty high, so she can't like come up and get in my face while I'm in bed. But at night, I lock her in her dog crate, so she won't be locked up anymore. She'll be free, and which means on the boat, I'll be getting jog kisses in the middle of the night waking me up probably, but and she'll really enjoy that. So camo free, you're getting in the island spirit. Just put on a clean shirt, that was it. On your way to Florida, make a stop in Georgia and you can help me finish up my RV. Working hard trying to get her done so I can leave right after Christmas. Hey Keith, that might be a plan, man. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. It's one of the things I had on my agenda today. Gonna have to create a Hawaiian style shirt in camo. There you go. Hey Kelly, what's going on, man? Okay, so actually along those lines, I have, talking about shirts, I have two different individuals who have created artwork for me for t-shirts. And they're both distinctly different. One is this really cool sort of cartoonish looking thing of me on a boat with a bunch of farm animals on a sailboat. And then the other one, which is really cool, which is completely different, it was a guy who took a rooster and then in the rooster created the boat and the sails kind of as part of the feathers. It was sort of, you know, merged together. It looked really cool. So I've got two t-shirt designs that hopefully I'll be able to get uploaded, installed, and if anybody wants to buy some merch, that will be available pretty soon. But talking about stopping in Georgia, I've had a couple people get on here and say, hey, Grandpa, if you're here, you know, give me a call. We'll have lunch, or, you know, I've got a couch for you to stay in if you need a place to stay, or that kind of stuff. And in my busyness of getting everything organized and stuff and trying to get things sold, I really screwed up in that I didn't really make a record. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up a file. Actually, I'm going to set up on my computer. So I'm going to ask everybody, if you would, to email Grandpa at my email address if you would like to, or, you know, if you want to have a meal, or if you got a place for me to stay en route, or so you can get a hold of me and then I can make a record of it so that while I'm traveling, I can, let me see if I spelt that right. Yep. There's my email address. So that if well, you want to get together and have something to eat or something like that, we can do that and hang out. So Georgia's too cold now in the 50s here today in the northern burbs. Yeah, that's nothing. Jefferson's in Georgia. Yep. Los Angeles transplant. Been in Atlanta for nearly 10 years. Cool. Too bad you're not coming through the Twin Cities. Austin, never say never. Twin Cities, you're talking about Minneapolis, St. Paul, or other Twin Cities? Because I may go through South Dakota, which might put me into that area. I don't know. Or I may go the more southern route on I-70. It depends on people that email me and what's available and people want to get together. So, swag, baby. There you go. Jefferson, do the camo all in Hawaiian hula girls. That could be fun. Hampton, Georgia, right across from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, that could be noisy. Myers, yes. Okay. I live about 30 minutes east of this Minneapolis, St. Paul. Cool. Yeah, Austin. So, you know, that might become a reality. But so what I'm going to ask you guys do, if you would like to, you know, visit and you know, have me stop in and visit with you or whatever, whether it's just, you know, say hello or get a meal, or you know, if you got a place I might be able to crash for a night, save me a motel bill, whatever, then you know, please email me at that alaskacarl@gmail.com address. And that way I will be able to, I'll be able to keep track of everybody. So as I'm coming through, I can say, hey, today I'm going to go from here to there. And so if you want to, you know, if you want to get together, then let's, you know, we can figure that out. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of too far advanced planning because I really don't know exactly what my schedule is going to be while I'm traveling. But because it all depends on what time I leave here and then what kind of weather I run into while I'm driving. So, but yeah, I'd like to hook up and visit with as many people as I can while I'm coming through. I think it'd be awesome. Georgia has great food, Grandpa, but do yourself a favor and skip the world famous Varsity. That place is awesome, but you'll be looking for a restroom in the next 50 miles. Okay, good to know. Beer koozies. Yeah, Mark, we could do some koozies. I'm kind of particular with mine. I have to find a vendor that'll do them right. Years ago, when I had my resort in Ohio, I had beer koozies printed up. This was not one of them. I don't think I even have any of my old ones anymore. But what was really cool is I had this plastic cup inside the cooler. And what I liked about that, the cup's got a little hole in the bottom. What I liked about that, it made it really easy to get your can in and out. Real easy. And the other kind of coolies, I find that they create suction, they create problems, whatever. It's a pain in the butt. So I got to find ones with little plastic cups in them. Plastic, right? Just what I want. More plastic, but it does seem to work better. So I guess there's got to be a trade-off somewhere along the way. You could sleep at my place, Carl. Enough room over here. Hey, Martin, that'd be awesome. Email me your address and phone number, your contact info, and I'll set that up in my little database I'm creating so I could figure all that out. Count me in for a t-shirt. There you go. Well, on my, let's see, in the description of the video, there should be a link to the t-shirts that I have now. But these new designs I'll have up probably about the time I get to Florida, because they have to be mailed to me, and then I got to digitize them and scan them and clean them up and stuff. So it could be fun, but I guess Germany won't be on the route. No, Martin, probably not. Not yet. Not right now. Maybe at some point, but not at the moment. I forgot, Martin. That's right. You're over in Germany. Yeah, I'm not going to drive by there on my excursion, but you know. Hey, Simon, how you doing? Glad to see you in here. Okay, couple items of business. Sold out. Sold out. I had three opportunities for crew, for people to jump in and spend a week with Grandpa out on the sailboat. And I'm proud to say all three of those have been taken. In fact, I think I may even have 4 of those. So. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it work. But yeah, there's no more crude opportunities at this point. Now, if you want to go sailing with Grandpa and you were going to take advantage of that and you missed it, that's fine. Then contact me and we will try to work something out. But those opportunities that happened are kind of gone. Okay, I just put my PayPal link up, guys, and I did that for a reason. At my last live stream, I had a couple fellows donate. A couple really nice guys. Each one of them donated $200 through the super chat. The little $sign there in the bottom, which was just awesome. It's awesome and it was really great. But here's the thing about super chat and Google, YouTube, AdSense. These guys are thieves, man. They take a ton. Now, it's one thing for them to take a bit of a percentage of what people donate to me, but out of the $400, 2 people at $200 each, out of the $400 that was donated during that live stream, Google AdSense is only paying me $284.76. Out of $400, they're taking $115.24 in fees. That's ridiculous. That's like 30% or something, right? Or 27%. That's just unacceptable. So I'm flabbergasted by that. But yeah, so out of the $400, 2 people donated $200 each, and I'm only getting $284.76. YouTube AdSense is taking $115. So if you want to help out Grandpa and contribute, I'm going to suggest you either do it through PayPal, which at a $400 would have taken like 5, which is acceptable. And for $5, they would have taken the money from you, cleared it, and transferred it into my account for me. So there would have been 2 transactions, not just one. Just ridiculous that they take that much of a percentage. So I'm going to ask people then, if you want to make a donation and help out, buy beer or whatever, do it through the PayPal and not through Google AdSense, because that's just way too much. That's just way too much. They think they're the federal government, I think, taking my taxes. So, A lot of backlash with Google's new fee structure across YouTube. Yeah, well, I can understand that, Mark. I mean, that's just, that's excessive. And you know what it does is it really opens up an opportunity for some other company, some other guy to have something that's a better business model for YouTube. If somebody could do a video hosting site like YouTube and not charge those kinds of fees for those kind of transactions, you're going to see a lot of creators swapping over to someplace else, because that's just usury. That's just wrong. So a lot of backlash. Okay, that should be criminal. What's their justification for that? There's no justification for it. That's just their fee structure, apparently. So ridiculous. Don't go into Atlanta without a map with all the Peachtree roads, lanes, streets. Yeah, I use Google Maps on my phone. I find that to be pretty effective. But even that, sometimes Google Maps will send me down a road that doesn't exist. So, or I'll be driving down a road that it says doesn't exist. So it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. So I lose 27% with eBay. Huh. Okay, home place. I didn't want to know where eBay charged that much. Hey, but you know, PayPal charges like next to nothing. Or my GoFundMe, which pays next to nothing, or Patreon, which charges next to nothing. So, and you know what? Now that I've sold out those 3 opportunities, I know I've been asking and begging, e-begging. I've been e-begging a lot, you know, trying to get myself funded to go ahead and do what I'm going to be doing now. I don't want to do that now, so I'm just going to say, hey, if you want to get on the inside, jump on to Patreon. Patreon's going to start getting it much more expanded than what I've been doing so far. I believe I'm going to set up a chat in Patreon so patrons can talk about, you know, things going on, about the, you know, what we're doing with the videos and what's going on. There's going to be a lot more videos and stuff that are going to be Patreon exclusives and stuff. So if you want to get on the inside, I'm going to be pushing a lot of pressure for people to go to Patreon now and not really be worrying about these other sorts of funding sources, because now Grandpa's on a roll. I mean, I'm funded, got everything I need to get down to Florida. I'm going to sell my truck there, buy a boat, and go. I'm super jazzed. So super jazzed. So, and that was all I had on my agenda for today. So let's see where we at. Danny Panetta, you're not kidding on that one. I used to work on Peachtree Street. Yeah, peach everything down there. I see YouTube going out of business next couple of years. There will be a better program out. And Keith, I don't see them going out of business, but yes, there may be a better thing that pops up. But, you know, change is the only constant. You know, we're always going to have change. So selling on eBay is also theft. Yes, it is. Google owns the world. Backlash against auto-scanning vids for content, also nudity language. Hey, Mark, you know, you brought up another thing. Apparently some of my haters out there that I've been pretty successful at being able to shut down by either banning them from my channel or banning them from my GoFundMe account, and now I've got them triggered so that this one clown kept sending me, after I kicked them off my YouTube channel and kicked them off my GoFundMe, now he's starting to send me nasty emails every day, like 3 or 4 emails a day. So now those have been thrown into the spam filter. So now the latest thing is he's complaining to YouTube that my videos are not user-friendly. And so every video that I put up yesterday, the day before yesterday, has come up as being restricted, not suitable for advertisers, because this one same fella keeps, you know, claiming that. And so I have to go to YouTube and I put in a request for them to do a manual. They actually have a physical person and watch the video and then remove that. Well, they've had to do that enough times that now that individual that's doing that may get banned from YouTube. So, hey, you know, keep being stupid. You know, it's just going to get you in trouble. So, Grandpa, if you wanted to, you could set up a Discord, voice chat. Discord is totally free and would be a great way to stay connected with your subs. Okay, I might look into that, Keith. I nearly fainted at my last eBay bill robbery. Oh, yeah, man. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. In the UK, 3 unsolicited messages like that is classified as harassment. Yeah, and that's what it should be. Yep, whole shot. That's right. There's some people that it's like the more I ignore them, the more I assume sooner or later they're just going to get tired and move on. But the more I try to ignore them, the more problems are going to be. But oh well, let's put the haters behind us. Oh, there's something else. Been looking at a lot of nice boats. Man, is there a lot of nice boats. I am flabbergasted at how many really nice boats there are on the market. And I've been looking at boats in the Great Lakes, like Chicago. Not keen on this time of year getting a boat in Chicago. It'd be kind of cold to be heading down to the Caribbean this late in the year. But still, if it's a good deal, it's a good deal. Some people have been sending me links to various things on eBay and Craigslist and sailboat listings and stuff. I got a couple of guys that I'm talking to right now about their boats, but until I actually get myself there where I can see them, so... but a lot of really good, exciting boats that I'm looking at. Really, I mean, some surprisingly nice boats. And cheaper than I thought I was going to have to go. So I'm kind of jazzed with that. So some people just don't. Yep. Jefferson Weston, I worked with a guy who drove for Mayflower Moving, and we went to the wrong address twice. Third one was the Charm. Okay. So anyhow, that's kind of like the news from up here in Alaska. It's cold, wet, and snowing. Now, it's actually, the snow's just about stopped. Now we're supposed to have rain on top of this. So I'll probably be loading the truck up today in rain. And that's fine. I just wanted to get the hell out of here. But we'll get the truck loaded today, and then I think I'll probably do I'm hoping to get the finished packing done tomorrow, which would be what, Thursday. Maybe get out of here Friday morning. If all goes well, I hope to get on the road Friday morning, which is, what, 3 days earlier than I thought I was going to. I had some stuff outside I still wanted to do, but now it's buried in the snow. And as much as I would like to get some of those things cleaned up, I'm not going to see them till April. So I figure if they're buried underneath the snow, they're buried underneath the snow. If the place sells, it sells. Someone else will have to deal with it. If not, then I'll come back up here in April and take care of it. But time to move on. So did Lily get the rest of her shots? Yes, Maui Lace. Lily did get the rest. In fact, I just did a little quick video, which I'm going to put up right after this, of how I give Miss Lily her shots. It's really easy to do. She got her rabies. She got her rabies shot. There's her rabies certificate. And then she got her 9-way shot, since she's an adult dog. So, and we've got her health papers. Oh, not showing that to you. Yep, we got her health papers and travel papers for her to cross Canada. So they actually have a United States Interstate and International Certificate of Health Examination for Small Animals form. So the deal is, going across Canada, it's really not necessary for me to have that form, that vet check form. The borders, what they want to do now is they want you to get to the border, and then they will have a veterinarian there at the border who's going to check your animal, make sure the animal's healthy. Problem is, up here by Alaska, is there's such a small border and so little traffic across it that the local veterinarian lives a long ways away. And so if you get there at, the wee hours of the morning or at nighttime or whatever, I may have to sit there and wait 12 hours or something for this veterinarian to show up. So by having these papers ahead of time, I just get to the border, they read that, I'm right through. That's the practice up here in Alaska, and it gets me going. So found a 32-foot sailboat for free in New Jersey. The guy says his family doesn't like sailing, and he just wants someone to take it so he can be done with it. It looked like a nice boat. Well, send me a link to that. Or did you? I think somebody already sent me a link to a boat in New Jersey. Send me a link to that. Thanks, whole shot. Yeah, I'm literally jazzed to get out of here. Georgia's a great place to live, but Atlanta is a place to visit, only not live. I have no intention of living in Atlanta. Atlanta's traffic was about as bad as it gets, and that's coming from an Anglo. Huh, okay. Well, I grew up in New York City, guys, so I've seen pretty bad traffic. I lived on Long Island, and the Long Island Expressway is like 104 miles long, and they call it the world's longest parking lot. I've had to do the commute in New York City and Long Island. Not fun. Never do that again. So they're both about as bad as the others, to be honest. Yep. Time to shave the beard again. I don't know. I think I'm going to wait till I get down island and get my mask on. I may just like do some trimming up here for make sure I've got good mask fit. The new mask that I have now is kind of high on the cheek, so I may not be leaking too bad. So I don't know. I may just, you know, got a little someplace for the crabs and stuff to live, you know. Frank is here. Hey, Frank. In the house. Are you flying to the East Coast to look at boats or drive? I'm driving, Pat Mac. Driving my excursion. Me and Miss Lily and everything I'll have left. I'll send it to you in a little while. That'd be great, Austin. Thank you. Just saw that you're now live. Good to hear you're finally on your way in your new life. Looking forward to your new vids. Thank you, Dale. Appreciate that. Come through Atlanta during rush hour, Grandpa, and you'll see bad traffic. Keith, I have done that. I have driven through Atlanta. When I was down in the Florida Keys, I was back and forth to my kids in Ohio, and depending on what route I took would bring me in and around through Atlanta. I don't like Atlanta. Coming through Dallas area, or no, I don't think I'm going to be down in Dallas, Mike. I don't think I'm going to be that far south. But with that said, I don't know. You know, it could be. It depends. If I see a really good boat down in Kema or someplace, I may run that way. So, don't shave it. All right, Teddy, thank you. You're as Boeing an old DJ. Okay. Good luck with the drive. What are the plans? Are you going to drive like 10 hours a day or so? Yeah, Pat Mac, I'm accustomed to doing a lot of long distance driving, so I'll probably do 14, 16-hour days. You know, when I'm driving, I drive. I'll drive all day. I mean, it's not like it's a lot of work. You're just sitting there like a bump on a log. So I'm going to drive probably 14, 16-hour days, pull in a motel, crash for 8 hours, get back in the truck and go again. So the idea is to get there quickly, and the faster I get down there, the less money I got to waste on motels and stuff. So, sport a goatee, but no, not doing a goatee. No one else does either. They're just because of the jobs. Okay. Hey, I forgot. I finally got to see the videos you did years ago. I like the rum tours in the islands. Well, thanks, Jared. I appreciate that. Yeah, that video we did of the Colwood Distillery on Tortola. Apparently got picked up by some rum drinkers group, some online like Facebook group or something, and so the that video by itself went through the roof for views. But that's sort of fun. Just here, being okay. Go for a nice boat. Hey, yep, gonna go for a nice boat. Hey, Grandpa, I live in Naples. Cool, Frank. Any chance that you'll be driving through Naples? Would love to meet you. I might very well drive through Naples, Frank. I don't know at this point, but I very well might. My family, my uncle, my father's brother, his family and all are from Naples. They owned a little motel there and a airboat service out of Naples. Long time ago. I don't know if any of them are even still down there anymore, so... Driving is awesome. Yeah, I enjoy driving. It's kind of like, you know, it's like this big TV screen out in front of you. You get to see the whole world go by. Unfortunately, it's at 60 miles an hour. That's the nice thing about being on the boat. Everything goes by at about 6 knots, so you get to see more. So, hey, Dave, how you doing? 2 Franks here. Yes, there are 2 Franks here. We have a hot dog stand. Thanks, Dave. Yes, everyone give us a thumbs up if you would. That'd be great. 60 miles an hour, that slow, Grandpa. Well, Keith, right now the roads are kind of snow-covered and icy. But, yeah, if I'm on good, clear pavement, I'll do 70. But, you know, my days of going faster than that are over. I really try to slow down. I think if I stayed farming, like if I moved down to Ohio or something and bought a farm, I'd be one of those old bastards driving about 20 miles an hour down the road and just to hell with everybody behind me, you know. When I was a kid, I used to try to drive and, you know, hitting that 130 miles an hour. Hell, even when I was down the Florida Keys, my now ex-wife insisted that we buy her 2015 Mustang 5.0 liter GT. She had to have this black on black convertible. Stupid car, stupid woman. And that was fun. I went over the 7 Mile Bridge doing 120 with it one day. That was kind of fun, but nah, I'm ready for slow right now. So I'm ready for slow. And you're right, Keith. Actually, you're right. On a highway or something like that, you really need to keep your speed up to the flow of traffic, whatever the flow of traffic is. I don't care if everyone's driving 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, then you should drive 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. It's when people drive real slow, like I kind of talk about, they really become a hazard to navigation and will cause more accidents than anything else. So. Except my cruise is 75 to 78. Well, it's only 65 up here in Alaska. That's all you're allowed to do here in Alaska. So, how many miles? Dale, a little over 5,000 miles is what I'll be doing in the next 10 days or so. About 5,000 miles. Hey, Sailing Dijon, how you doing, man? Over here, there are plenty of roads without MAH speeds. Pedal to the metal. Well, yes, Martin, you guys have some roads that you're allowed to go as fast as you want to. We don't have that here in America. I used to. When I first moved to Montana, the interstates in Montana didn't have a speed limit. You could drive as fast as you wanted to as long as you didn't kill somebody. And on some of those roads, it's understandable. I mean, I drove some roads in Montana. It was like 50 miles between mailboxes. Just out in the flatland in the northeastern part of Montana, out in the pothole area, the prairies. The straight road for 100 miles, you might as well just go ahead and crack it up and go. But I'm slowing down. So, and that's okay. I'm ready to slow down. Hey, Grandpa, glad to hear that you have sold out your current trips. Yes, Gene. Yep. Those are all sold out. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We're completely funded. So, and on top of that, my last bit of stuff that sold at auction ended up getting a whole lot more money than I expected. So I have a little cushion, actually, which is pretty cool. Highways without speed limit. Yeah, the Autobahn, Martin, I'm well aware of that. Grandpa, did you Delos video that just came about the AMO 50, man? That was a nice boat, really set up and thought out for long distance cruising. Did you Delos? I'm not sure what you're saying there, Keith. Did I see the Delos video about the AMO 50? It certainly is a really nice boat, and it's way out of my price range. First time I crossed Lake Pontchartrain. Hey, there you go. Had a cop pull alongside and telling me to speed up. I was doing 60. The speed was 75 at the time. Yeah, I can believe that. You're a cruiser now. Yeah, there you go. Slowing down the cruise speed. Did see. Yes, I did see the Delos video where they got on the AMO 50. And it is a beautiful boat. It's just way outside of my price range. So, any leads on your property? Paul, yes and no. Nothing concrete. Nothing concrete yet. But that's fine. I can still, it's on the market. People can come here and look at it. I don't need to be here for that. So it'll, I am sure, actually I'm 100% positive it'll sell probably over the winter. At some point during this winter, I'm 100% sure it will sell. I had dropped the price down to $26,000 below the appraised value, really pushing to try to get someone to buy it before winter set in. Well, winter set in. So I'm going to bump the price back up to the appraised value, which is where it should be valued out, and let it sell as it should normally sell. And I think, it'll sell sometime this winter, and that's just fine. So hopefully, Carl, you won't be traveling at much over 6 knots the next few. No, Dave, I have no intention of doing anything more than about 6-7 knots for a long time now. The AMO builds are très chic. Yes, they're nice boats. Are you building Noah's Ark? No. That would be a copyright violation. Okay. See you later. Hey, Austin, we'll see you later. Okay, where do the piggies go? Into the oven, I guess. Pork chop under the knife. All piggies are gone here. All my pigs are long gone. Hey there, Grandpa from Toledo. Glad to see you're finally sailing. Can't wait. Well, thanks, John Harris. I appreciate that. Heading out of here in, 48, 72 hours, something like that. I'm just loading the truck and packing it up. I've got a couple of people that I'm waiting for. I've got the guys picking up my Dish Network thing. The FedEx has got to come get that. And I've got this family that had their cabin burned down. They're coming over and getting a bunch of my stuff. They're coming tomorrow. I've got a lady coming, picking up some dog boxes that my daughter had here. So those are going to be going. And that should all be today and tomorrow. And by tomorrow night, I should have the truck completely loaded and be done. The cabin should be empty of all the things I'm taking with me. And it'll just be a matter of waking up the next morning and stripping the bed mattress of my blankie and pillows and getting in the truck and going. Loading the dog and heading out. So that's kind of what the plan is, but we'll see how that pans out. So take some chickens with you. Nope, not taking any chickens. No chickens here. All the chickens are gone. No, I don't have. The only animal on my property that I own is my dog. Now, there's some coyotes and foxes and mooses and rabbits and that kind of stuff outside, and bears. But the only animal here that I own is my dog, and she's going with me. So, yep, get the hell out of here before it snows anymore. I have enough snow on the ground, I can still make it out with my truck. 8 inches of snow I can drive through. But if I get another dump of snow, I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to have to call on a piece of equipment to dig me out. And I don't want to do that. That's a waste of money. So, what size boat are you looking at making a deal on any certain length? Preferably, Keith, I'm looking for something 36 feet and over. There is one 32-footer that I'm looking at only because the boat is incredibly well equipped and the price is really right. But typically I'm looking for something 36 feet and over. KFC has protable, I think you meant portable chicken. Okay. Every morning a fresh egg. Yeah, that's true. It is nice having chickens. It absolutely is nice having chickens, but time to move on with life. You can keep eggs fresh for 8 months. Well, you can keep eggs for 8 months. I don't know if they're still fresh after 8 months, Austin, but you can certainly keep them for a while. Still looking at that 32-footer. Yeah, Frederick, I'm still looking at that 32-footer I was talking about. Something about that boat appeals to me. I don't know why, but it's just, the idea of being able to have a turnkey boat. The guy has been using it. He's been sailing all around on the boat and just now left the boat and went back over to Europe. And, he put the boat up on the hard. And so that boat looks like it's pretty well turnkey and ready to go. Very low hours on it. And it's got about everything on the boat that you would ever want as far as, equipment and stuff. So, yeah, Keith, I have those days too sometimes with the typos. My fingers just don't work right. Have you planned out where you are stopping as you travel down the lower 48? Dave, I haven't planned out all of it. I'm going to pretty much go from here to Livingston, Montana, because that's, I go down the Alcan to Edmonton straight south into Montana, and then I run down to Livingston, which puts me on I-80. That I know I'm going to cover that route, but then from there on, it all depends on, what people email me with their contact info, and, if they want to contact me and say, hey, let's go do this or let's go do that, then that's what we're gonna do. I may go through South Dakota. I may go through Nebraska. I may even go a little further south than that. So, guys, I put the PayPal thing back up there just to warn people. Do not use the super chat if you would. If you want to make donations, do it through the PayPal. If that would be preferable. They don't take as much percentage. So, what's a turnkey boat? A boat that's already equipped. All I gotta do is get in, turn the key, start it up, and go. Don't have to do any maintenance or installing this, that, or the other thing. It's just ready to go. How many beds are you hoping to have on your boat? Pat Mac, the boats that I've been looking at have at least 2 cabins. And then you can also sleep out in the middle of the boat in the settee. I prefer actually sleeping in the middle of the boat. I'm not one to use the back cabin or the fore cabin. So those would be available for people that come on board. I prefer just sleeping in the middle of the boat. It's where the least amount of motion is, and it's most comfortable for me. And, you know, I'm comfortable with that. So that would be something, a sailboat with outhouse chicken coop. Actually, James Michael, there is a fella out cruising right now that has the chicken on his boat with him. So it's not that far of a stretch. And if I was going to do that, I would get laying ducks. I would take ducks with me that lay eggs, because ducks lay as well as chickens. Most people aren't aware of that, but there's some breed of ducks that lay as many eggs, some more eggs than some chickens do. And duck eggs are really good eggs, just like chicken eggs are. In fact, duck eggs are a little bit more protein. So I kind of like that. So that would be something. Okay, so it means simply get in it and turn the key and off you go. Yep, that's right. Grandpa, have you thought about talking to Bob and seeing if you could get the number of the guy he gave the boat to, so the guy might be willing to take? No, Keith, actually I had thought about going that far. No, but you know, Keith, I'm seeing so many good boats out right now. I think I'm gonna be better off just getting one of the other boats. So don't forget to hit thumbs up. 70 watching. Can send you 100 pounds, but do you have to put a British flag on the boat? But you have to put, I can't put a British flag on the boat. I'm not British. But thank you, Golden Comedy. I appreciate that. I can put up a British flag next to the American flag. That I would have no problem with. But you know, because they are cool. But I'm an American. I have to fly the American flag over the British flag, because that's my, it's just the rules. It's just the way it's got to be. It's the rules, the way they make you do stuff. So, how much will your slip fees or mooring fees be in Marathon? Nothing, Dale. I'm anchoring. I'm not going to take mooring ball. I don't plan on being in Marathon very long at this point. I'm just going to go down there. I may not even go to Marathon. My plan is to head over to the Bahamas as soon as possible, and I'll just be anchoring out. I'm not going to be doing slip fees. The eggs are better, richer. That's right. Yes, yeah, duck eggs are awesome, man. Duck eggs, they taste very much like chicken eggs. Almost no distinction whatsoever. If I fried you a chicken egg and a duck egg, you probably couldn't tell the difference. I can, because I understand the nuances of them. The duck eggs are a little bit bigger, a little bit firmer, and a little bit richer. People that bakers, much prefer duck eggs over chicken eggs when they use eggs for stuff. So, in fact, when my wife was baking for the farm market, she used our duck eggs to make her challah bread. And, man, all the people thought her challah bread was the best they'd ever had. So, Smeggy, we'll see you later. Take care, buddy. I belong to a group called a PC Web Sailor. Don't own sailboat or any boat, be clear. To be curious, I'd like to ask your opinion about steel sailboats. There's plenty of good steel sailboats out there. I have nothing wrong with steel sailboats. It's just, you've got to watch electrolysis with a steel boat. It can be a real problem. So, duck eggs are great. Yep. Engine check. What about engine check, Frank? You always check your engine. Have you done channel shout-outs yet, Carl? No, Dave, I have not done. Thanks for the reminder. I have not done a channel shout-out. My channel shout-out today is Sean and Julia Sailing. S-H-A-U-N. Sean and Julia. They're a couple from Canada. They started a channel like a year ago. They got partway down the canals into New York, and their boat crapped out on them. They went back up to Canada, worked hard, saved money, bought a second boat, and right now they are sailing down through the canals again. In fact, I think they're in Lake Champlain right now, sailing south. So that's my shout out. But if you have a shout out, let's hear it. No problem. Anybody that's got a YouTube channel for that matter, if you have a YouTube channel and you want to give yourself a shout out, now's the time. Jump in there and say so. I got a mooring ball at Garrison Bite for $3.30 a month. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, Steve. Walk ducks don't fly. Ducks fly. Some ducks fly. It depends on the breed. If you can get to the Bahamas early enough, Grandpa, you hook up with Sean and Julia. I might. Actually, I'll probably be in the Bahamas before them. Buy a boat with good engine, you will, I guess. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to check out the engine, Frank. I'm no diesel mechanic, but I've been running diesel trucks, and I've owned 2 sailboats with diesel, so I kind of know my way around them a little bit. Enough to check it out and make sure it's a good engine, so. Grew up on duck eggs. Grandmother called a lot bigger than takes less egg. Yep. Well, thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. I appreciate your wishing me best wishes. Very nice of you. Wasn't Simon here earlier? I don't know. I don't remember. Check out my channel now, featuring a new small yacht refit. Yes, Dave's Irie. For those guys that don't know, Dave just bought himself a little trailer sailor, and he's in the process of fixing it up right now. So some interesting stuff in there. In fact, I had to kind of laugh. There was that hurricane that was hitting Ireland. And so his cure for that, to make sure his boat didn't sustain any damage, he filled his boat full of water. I mean, he filled the keels and the ballast, the bottom of the boat. He just filled the whole bottom of the boat full of water to make it heavy so the wind wouldn't blow it away. I thought that was such an interesting approach to doing that. Of course, if I tried doing that up here in Alaska, I'd end up with a big boat sickle. It'd freeze solid, but I thought that was hysterical, seeing him do that. That was cool, Dave. The vagabond couple getting married. I saw, no, they're not getting married. Another couple that was on their boat got married. That was clickbait. That was just clickbait. Fixing up the O'Day 272 is my channel. Oh, cool, Dave. Engaged. No, they're not engaged. The Selling the Vagabond couple are not engaged. Another couple that was visiting them, Riley's friends, he's who got engaged. So, Sailing Dutchman, it works. Good luck on your journey. Well, thank you, Chip. I appreciate that. Can I plug someone else's channel? Sailing. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Sailing Rad Mode. I've been watching some of their videos. They got some good stuff they're putting out. That was funny. A boat of water made me pee. It was, Simon. Instead of having all the water on the outside, which is what we normally try to do with sailboats, there's old Dave with a garden hose out there filling his boat full of water. It just struck me as funny, you know. It's the one thing that we tried to stop happening, and here he is filling his boat full of water. But it made sense. It made perfect sense, and it worked perfectly for him. So, and it was a good opportunity to wash out the inside of the boat. So he got everything clean and stuff, because he filled it full of water and then added soap and stuff and scrubbed it around. And smart man, Dave. Dave's a smart guy. So Dave's Irie on here. Dave's all right, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they got married in the near future. Yeah, Pat, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure she wants to get married. I'm not so sure that he does. Marriage managers, Jod, that are cool. Okay, the water in the boat for storm work. Yeah, it worked. It worked. It made his boat heavy. So, I mean, he had his boat. He used a friend's trailer to bring the boat to his house. And then he unloaded it from the trailer and had it sitting up on blocks. He had it supported. But then the wind was coming up, and he was just a lightweight boat at that point. He was afraid the wind was going to blow it around, and hurricane coming. And it was a pretty good sized hurricane. They had high speed winds there. So his solution was to weight the boat down, and the best way he could weight it down was fill it full of water. It worked perfectly. He didn't have any woodwork or anything in there that he was trying to protect, so it worked just perfectly. It's good, smart thinking. So guys do that in Florida on their small fishing boats during hurricanes. Oh, okay. Great channel. Van Wheeler, who just bought a home-built catamaran. He's living aboard, doing a total rebuild and refit. Check him out and show him some love. Finding Simon. Okay, there you go. Finding Simon, huh? It's all right, Dave. It's all right. Hey, man, I just thought it was great. I thought it was hysterical, I just thought it was very funny. So I'm just glad to see it. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of races going on. Sean and Julia sailing down the coast, or sailing down the canal system. They'll be heading into the Caribbean. I guess Carl and Jenny over at Sailing with Carl and Jenny, they're going to be leaving their house now and starting to head out towards their boat. So it's going to be an exciting sailing season for a lot of people to see what they're going on. And with that said, I have to just give a little caveat here. I have been really good at being able to be on the internet and chat it up with everybody and comment and watch everybody's videos and keep myself abreast of this. You know, for the last decade, I've been really focusing on studying the whole YouTube sailing genre kind of thing. And so I've learned a lot about what's going on with it. That has to end, because if I'm going to be out sailing, I'm no longer going to be able to be here where I have 24-hour-a-day internet and the time to sit here and do all that. So do not be upset with old Grandpa if I don't respond to all the comments like I have been doing. It's nothing personal. It's just I don't have time, or I don't have internet access to be able to do that. I am not going to be keeping abreast of all the different video channels, all the sailing channels out there. There's just too many of them at this point. I'm going to have to limit my viewing to... I did not invite you up. I did not invite you up. No, I didn't. Get down. Get down. Get down. So anyhow, I'm going to... don't take it personal if I'm not responding to you like I have been, okay? I'm going to be working very hard trying to make sure that I'm doing my live streams and posting videos on a regular basis, but I'm going to end up probably becoming more like some of these other channels where I'm not necessarily as interactive as what I would like to be, just because I don't know what kind of internet access I'm going to be having along the way. What is your problem today? All right, come on. Gosh, somebody just needs some loving. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need some loving, don't you? Anyhow, shout out for Charles Chiara restoring Susanna Greatwood Sailboat Restoration Channel. Oh, cool. There you go, Charles. I've not seen that one before. Kirkland Bone Time. There you go. You know, I just bought her a whole box of these too, and now I got to transport them across country. Doug. Oh, Doug. Come on. There we go. Still got 5. Oh, gosh. Who needs a new offshore grandpa figure for 2018? We need a new onshore grandpa figure for... Oh, okay. You need to find a replacement for me. Yeah, well, there you go. Got to go back to... Blender school. Talk to you later. Okay, Dutchman, take care. Blender school, huh? You're becoming a mixologist? You're gonna learn to make cocktails? I don't know what else you would be doing with a blender. Maybe you're baking or something. I don't know. Anyhow, guys, that's kind of it for today. We've killed another hour, and frankly, I'm kind of excited about starting to load the truck. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on that. Again, if you want to participate with stuff here, Grandpa, help out, you can jump on the PayPal. Check out my Patreon page. That would be my favorite. It's in the description here on the video. Check out my Patreon page and jump on that so you'll be up to date with all the latest stuff that's going on. And I guess we'll just see what's going on from there. So what are you going to do when you have to keep up 200 plus people on your chat? Yep, I don't know, Dale. You know, I guess the reality of it is, Dale, is that you end up being like some of these other big channels, and I know people get upset when they don't get their question responded to or answered, but when you've got 200, 300 people and, you know, the chat's just going by like a ticker tape, at high speed, it's just there's just nothing you can do with it. So I don't know. People are going to think that I'm a butthead like they do some of the other channels for not being as responsive, but there's just so much you can do. And so I think the reality of it's going to be, Dale, is that, and what I'm seeing happening on some of the larger channels, not just in the sailing genre, but the other people doing big live streams, is that the only people that get attention are people that jump onto this to super chat and pay. And I hate to see it go that route, but of course those people are always going to get priority. I don't know. We've got to work out some systems, you know, like maybe make it in all caps as opposed to small case or something. I don't know. I'm sure it'll evolve and it'll be problematic at first. Just realize, guys, that I'm really trying to keep in touch with everybody. And if I miss your question, don't get upset with me. I do try. And then surprisingly, we also have some times like we had the other day where one of the viewers had made a comment and was mad at me that he made the comment a couple of times or a question. I didn't respond to it. I never saw it. It didn't show up on my chat, but yet he then went ahead and did a screen print and emailed that to me, and sure enough, it was on his chat, not on mine. So I don't know what was going on with YouTube that time, but just don't get angry. If I don't ask your question and you really want it answered, email it to me, okay? Dog, you're knocking me over here. Get down. Jeez. Anyhow, I guess she needs to go out and play, so that's what Patreon's for. There you go. Yeah, that's true. You're right, Selling Dutchman. If you're one of my Patreons, you know, then get on there and ask me a question, and you'll get a solid answer because I have more time for with those. So, I need a big difference between a 30 and 32 foot sailboat. Yeah, 2 feet. 2 feet, and that 2 feet tends to be a lot when you're down at that size. 30 to 32 foot is a much bigger difference than 40 to 42 foot, let's say. So just a lot bigger difference. So no, she's not in heat anymore. She's just being a butthead. Kennel. But see, for now, I have a dog crate, so I can put her in the dog crate and she'll have to be quiet there and be out of my face for a bit, and I can rest. Anyhow, do I plan on being near Oneonta? Peaceful Dawn, I don't know. I am looking at boats. I have looked at a boat that's up on Lake Champlain. So I may be up in that neighborhood, upstate New York. It just depends. We just got to see what happens. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. You guys take care. Be safe. Be nice to one another. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll be putting a whole lot of videos up as the time goes on here in the near future, okay? So, okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.